I'm Lachlan, a South African with quadriplegic cerebral palsy, and today I'm going to talk about what I see as the fundamental reason why, in the main, black South Africans do not succeed in life. Now, before anyone gets upset, I am not going to argue that black people are helpless or useless. They have been highly skilled, highly educated, and highly articulate black South Africans since long before the end of apartheid. The main reason, though, that most average blacks do not succeed in life is how they conceive of reality. Specifically, black South Africans, and to a large extent, blacks elsewhere in Africa, don't seem to have it in their cultural language and landscape to plan for the future. Black people, on the whole, seem to live as though the only thing that exists is the day that they are currently experiencing, or maybe the week that they're going to live through. But as for months and years ahead, those are never factored into the choices that they make. And that is what separates blacks and whites and other ethnicities like Indians in South Africa. Because unlike blacks, we whites, whether you're talking English people or Afrikaners, I happen to be both because I'm of mixed heritage. But regardless of the white people you're speaking about, or even the Indians, the difference between us and the blacks is that we look ahead. We don't just think about what's happening during one day or 1 week or even 1 month. We try to make choices which will benefit us in the long term, thinking in terms of months and years ahead, not just immediate pleasure or immediate gratification. And that is why cultures from the West, particularly European cultures, like the one I descend from, are successful. That is why, for instance, the British Empire was able to conquer most of the modern world. And that is why South Africa as a nation exists today, because it was built as a nation by European settlers, both English and Afrikaans. And yes, during apartheid, terrible things did happen, and the apartheid regime was authoritarian and controlling. However, ever since the end of apartheid, the ANC government and its spin off parties, like the Umkhonto we Sizwe and the EFF, have completely failed to deliver on any of the promises they have made. For instance, in terms of our national infrastructure, literally everything is falling apart, from our electrical grid to our water supply to our road and rail networks. Everything is collapsing. And when they are confronted about this, ANC members will say, no, it's not our fault that nothing works anymore. Who's really to blame is the apartheid government, because they didn't think to build infrastructure for 100 years in the future, or to cover population growth that the infrastructure that does exist was never meant to cater for. The ANC and its spin offs are completely incapable and unwilling to take responsibility for the bad leadership and terrible choices that they have made, and the fact that they don't give a single fuck about the average black South African or their suffering. And so until average blacks start to change the way that they think and to consider the future in the choices that they make, nothing is going to improve.